right, so I'll just do a quick poll in group chat. And I think we are ready to go. Got a couple of new players this week.
Welcome.
Am I too late to join, or is there too many people?
Okay.
I think we actually have our full group at the moment.
Yes, I believe we do. Yep. All right, so to recap where we're at, so the first session, we encountered this cult of Caius, this death cult. They had taken over a derelict mine a few miles outside the town of Litchport. I'm going to map there the region so we can see where we're working in. And then last session, we found out that elements of that cult had also infiltrated the town of Schmidtford and had set up a shrine in the basement of an otherwise normal-looking residential cottage there. And that brings us up to where we are now. So I guess we will jump right in here. So we find ourselves in one of the common houses of Schmidtford. It is comfortable with enough rumors and difficulties to keep an adventurer occupied. Today we partake in a breakfast that is humble but good. Bread with locally sourced berries, some fruit-tainted water, and an assortment of roasted nuts. The others at the table appear to be ready for action as well, and we have a couple of new players joining our group. I think I know how Ramos gets there. Ramos, what type of dragonborn are you?
Silver Dragon.
Silver Dragon. Oh, so Silver Dragons are just interested in making social contacts. That's fine. Wazir is a green dragonborn, if that makes a difference to you. But he's not necessarily a bad green dragonborn. Just because you're born green doesn't mean you have to stay evil. So we will start with Zell and let Zell just give us a brief summary of who he is, where he comes from, what he's looking for.
Well, he is a human fighter. Used to be part of the military and service to the One True Faith. Circumstances led to him being basically kicked out of the military for him actually taking up the role of the fallen captain to bring victory to the battle. As a result, he now travels as an adventurer and no longer really gives any specific headway into viewing the One True Faith as the only way to go. He's just basically making his own way through the world at this point.
Okay. And Nate, tell us about the Ranger Andrew Waltz there.
All right. Andrew Waltz is a bounty hunter who thinks he's the most famous thing in the region. He is not. Nobody knows him. And basically, early on in his adventures, there was a wizard he was trying to track down, get an item from, as part of his job description of item finder, person finder. And the wizard basically sent him to a remote wilderness area, and he kind of had to fend for himself, and just recently got back to society.
Okay, that brings us to Wazir. Josh, you want to give us a little bit of a background on Wazir?
Yeah, well, he's born in the slums, stayed there for most of his life, and became a paladin out of
just looking at the environment, seeing how bad it was to make a change.
Okay, and then Rusty, you want to tell us about Jedediah?
Jedediah is a rogue who's taken role as a bounty hunter, similar to Andrew, and just kind of his family was murdered. He's out for vengeance, chasing after his family's murderer, and that's about it so far.
Okay, and Bokvar Nin.
Yes, Bogvar Nin is a paladin. He spent his early youth and 20s working as a kind of a lawyerish type, but not really. And he grew very frustrated with the various types of people that would escape prosecution through magic or other demonic means. So in his frustrations, he decided to study magic and their languages and is off to bring them to justice.
Okay, and have the Silver Dragonborn Rasmus. Is there anything else we need to know about Rasmus, Jacob?
Not pretty much. He was born and raised amongst the Silver Dragon clan, but he kept getting in trouble because he questioned everything. Didn't really conform, didn't do the clan above all else and everything. So he was given leave to go wander the world and basically get it out of his system before he could come back and be a contributing member to the team or the society.
Sort of the Silver Dragonborn Rumspringer. Okay, and then lastly, Lukai. What do we need to know about Lukai before we jump into the action of the evening?
Well, at this point, you could understand that Lukai is not just there as a human, but actually is an older, long-living race of Kitsune, essentially similar to a werewolf, but more of a fox form. And with that, I essentially have come from a far-off northern civilization to this location to try and discover essentially a bit more of myself after a loss of my entire unit. Of course, after which I began to make my way with these fellows as another fighter and hopeful defender of this mercenary group.
Okay. Excellent. So with breakfast completed, the day lays ahead of us. Schmidtford is a town with a watch that does an efficient job of patrolling the streets, but they are not ever present, so it's always a good idea to find trustworthy companions with an aligned goal to work together. This is especially true in light of the fact that over the past several days, undead have made surprise attacks within the actual walls of Schmidtford. It's unknown if they are created within the walls or are smuggled in, or maybe some residual effect of the shrine that was destroyed. In any case, in addition to the added safety, there's an opportunity to build a bond that can be counted on in difficult times. So with that in mind, we need to plan a day's agenda, which may be as simple as browsing the market or as complex as laying down a foundation for your own organization, like a guild or a religious order or a venturing company, whatever you could think of. So what do you want to do today?
Well, Jedediah is going to tinker with some scraps of metal and some odd-smelling black powder that he's been tinkering with, but that's what I'm going to be working on.
Working on figuring out how to become that gunfighter, right? He could do that. Gotcha. So is there any specific task that someone wants to do? Otherwise, we can just start browsing the city and see what happens.
I'm good with that.
Damn it. Can't remember what it's called. Never mind.
I actually want to discuss this with y'all. Now, VAR has already been settled with who's going to be having it, but we still have Odrin, and it's still smart to use everything that we have right now, even if it's for something as simple as just using it's one of its abilities. Now, Odrin, it has lucky, which pretty much gives you a luck point, and it even tells you where to look at it if you don't know what that means. But it'd be smart for one of us to probably have that. So would anyone else? I would prefer probably a rogue because it will help them become a little less squishy, and plus that luck can be very handy for a rogue. So would anyone else probably want to hold that?
No,
That
I've
sounds
already
good.
got the other one.
What's the downtime activity that allows me to have that? I guess that luck point. We had talked about it last week, the week before, and I wrote it down, but my computer died, so I'm on my laptop.
Well, it's not quite a luck point. It's called inspiration, right? So if you
That's
look,
the one.
yeah, if you look in the DMG under downtime activities, it will be one of the things listed there. And you spend 10 days, which you could have accommodated that by now, in daily prayer, other supplication, and then you each day for 10 days after that you begin with inspiration, or a week after that you begin with inspiration. Which inspiration, just so I don't know the levels of familiarity we have. So inspiration allows you to declare before you make a D20 roll that you're going to do it with advantage. You have to do it before you roll the die, though. Right? You can't wait until you see the result. So if you have a particular attack that you're making or a saving throw that's really important that you make, you use your inspiration then. Also, at any point prior to spending it, someone with inspiration can give it to a different player. So if there's if another PC is facing one of those situations and you have inspiration, you can offer it to them and then they can use it in your stead. Inspiration is a good thing to have, yeah. As is a luck point.
Perfect. Then I'll do that 10-day prayer thing while we were relaxing.
Okay. And that's Jedediah that's going to do that? Just make sure.
Yes.
All right, then. It sounds like we are just going to see what happens in the market. I'm going to put a little yellow dot on there for inspiration there for you, Jedediah. All right.
Thank you.
If I can get everyone to make sure they can move their tokens around and that you can see everybody else. You should see a red health bar on everybody else's token, as well as be able to move your own.
Yes.
Rasmus, can you not move yours?
I just got to scroll over to where I can find.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I can move it.
Okay. Right, so the market's busy. The weather's clear. There's plenty of sun. And the scents of food, spices, and flowers are punctuated by an occasional smell associated with some sort of chemical crafting. Because there is a leatherworking shop. There's a alchemist in the market as well. Everything though seems in order. I'm getting an echo from somebody. But everything seems in order as you browse the wares until there is
Fix it. Just 1 second.
I think it's Restitution's mic is the one that's active while yours is active.
Yeah.
Right. So people come fleeing out of this corridor over here, and then chasing them are a half a dozen skeletons. The skeletons are not armed. They are using just what looks like what amounts to shards of bone that they happen to pick up along the way. And you can tell from the gist of the crowd as they are running away that these guys animated from the bones left in the butcher's shop. And I think we will go into initiative at that point. Just jump right into it.
Let's do this.
Let's do this, motherfucker. Also, once again, make sure you click on your character's token first.
Yeah, you need to have your character selected when you roll initiative.
That's so much lower.
Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing a couple of people in initiative. There we go. Okay, Wazir, you are up first. You see a throng of skeletons rush. Say that again, I'm sorry?
I was gonna say, can I adjust my initiative to what I initially rolled?
Yes, Yeah, if you had to roll twice, you should switch your initiative to whatever the first roll was.
Sweet, that gives me a 22.
These guys are just running after
Yeah,
somebody.
so it's actually, yeah, so you can tell from the shouts of the crowd that these guys a few seconds ago were just bones that looked like they were scraps from the butcher shop. And then they animated and come because there's a throng of commoners who have fled down that, and they're now on up here. But the skeletons are rushing after them. And there are a half a dozen of them. There are 6 of them. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, there are 7 of them. My mistake. There we go.
Ah, the stealthy skeleton. Gotcha.
Yeah, one was just dragging behind. One was lagging behind. So what is Jedediah going to do?
All right, Jedediah. These are just tables. Do they offer any sort of cover?
You could flip one over and take cover behind it. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to move to this table all the way on the left near the bakery. And use my action, I guess, to flip that table and provide me some cover.
It wouldn't take an action to do that. You can just do that as interacting as an object.
Okay, perfect. Then I'll do that, and then I'll take a shot at the nearest skeleton to me
Okay.
with my short bow.
Uh, 13 exactly hits these guys.
Perfect. And then I have to roll that.
Anything else from Jedediah?
I think that's all I can do.
Okay, Wazir's turn.
Yeah, I'll just move up and then ready in action. Did you say they're running upwards?
Yeah, they're not pursuing a particular target. More like they're just rampaging monsters.
Might be again this way, not down.
Right. Yeah. They started out down here at the butcher shop, and they're rushing into the crowded market.
Yeah, I'm ready in action to hit one.
Okay. Luke's turn.
Okay. So I'm just going to essentially move to right there with my action being used to dash the rest of the way. It would let me. Oh wait, no, I've been using it. It's the wrong person. My bad. Yeah, I can still make that. Using my action to dash, I'm going to stay right there and just hold for them to see if they'll move.
Okay, Andrew's turn.
All right, I'm gonna go up here by Jedediah with my sword and shield and chill right here, bracing for the charge.
Okay. Bokvar's turn. Bokvar's.
I am going to move over here and attack the first one that gets in range.
Okay.
Hold on my attack.
Okay, so Shin runs up, jumps over the crate, attacks Luke.
All right.
Well, I got a little bit of lag going on there. There it goes. All right, so 14.
Misses.
Okay. So I'll come charging up. And also attack Luke. 5 will miss for sure.
Yeah, natural one. So yeah, luckily misses.
So I'll run up as well. 14 will miss, and it is Zell's turn. So Luke is dashed into the middle. What is Zell going to do?
First, he's going to measure how far he can get. That's not very far.
Don't forget your action can also be used for a dash instead. Just heads up.
Is dash two
Dash.
times distance?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it
You
does
can
use
go
your
up to a
action.
maximum of 60 if you have only 30 movement.
Well, I'm going to move right there.
Yeah, like
Boosh.
rogues, they can use dash as a bonus action at a certain point. You know.
Yeah, that's because they're
But we
sneaky.
can still,
little
yeah,
backstabbers.
we can still, however, use it as a regular full-on action.
Yep.
Anything else from Zell?
No, I'm going to hold.
Right.
Well, I can't do anything else, so yeah, no.
Runs up, tries to hit 16 to hit Luke.
That will miss.
Okay. Ooh, one more of those.
And this one
Will miss as well.
misses.
Rasmus.
I'm gonna do like everybody else did and just move to here.
Okay.
I had to use a dash though.
Right, that one will trigger Wazir's ready to action. Okay, and then it will attack Wazir. 17 to hit Wazir. I believe that misses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this one will get to here, and he's going to. It says short bow, but it's actually he is throwing. He's like a large bone javelin looking thing. So it's just like an improvised javelin that he picked up, and will miss. Jedediah, back to you.
All right, I'm going to take another shot at the one closest to me.
I mean, there's like a straight line. So
Yeah,
the one straight ahead.
Yes, the one straight ahead of me.
Okay.
Okay.
And sorry, I keep forgetting that it's prompting me.
Okay, that will hit. Anything else from Jedediah?
I don't think I can do anything else other than move, and I'm going to stay put.
Okay, Wazir's turn.
Is that the one? I can move over. Which one's been hit?
This one was just hit by Jedediah.
Yeah, hold on then. 19 for 13.
19 for 13. Okay, that one shatters into splinters. Luke's turn.
We done good, guys.
All right, so the one to the left of me, I'm going to use my action to try and stab it through part of its bone with the rapier. Nope.
No,
And I guess I'll go ahead and use my action surge to try again.
okay.
Nice.
That one will hit at least.
Yeah. And you said this one or this one?
The one to my left, yeah.
Okay. He's looking pretty rough now.
UK's right, my left.
Okay. Andrew's turn.
I'm gonna position myself right here. That's like 25 feet. And then I'm gonna attack the skeleton that's between me and him. My longsword.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else from Andrew?
Nope, I am all set.
Bokvar.
I'm going to take a step forward and swing my gavel at that skeleton in front of me.
Okay. And all right, so he is shattered into splinters as well. Seems like your maul was particularly effective. Anything else from Bokvar?
Yeah, I'm going to take one more step forward, and that'll be it.
Okay. All right, so skeleton will attack Luke. 10 will miss. He could attack any of the three. He's going to attack Uzir. 14 misses. Zell's turn.
Well, I'm going to step here and attack that bloodied one. Uh, 16 hit
Yes.
for 10 damage.
Okay. He crumples in
Cool.
splinters.
I'm going to bonus action forward and swing at the next one. And I'm probably going to miss with a 9.
9 will miss. All right, so this one's going to attack Luke-I. 17 to hit Luke-I.
Misses, just barely.
Okay. This one is going to attack Wazir. I'm sure an 8 misses Wazir. Rasmus's turn.
Since they got pretty much a wall in front of me, I guess I just hold my turn or just wait.
Okay.
I don't think I can get through anywhere to hit anybody.
Yeah, you could get to here and attack around this hard corner if you wanted to.
Okay, yeah, if I can do that, I didn't know how hard.
Yeah, he would have half cover from you, but you could attack him.
Okay, that's what I'll try that then.
Okay, so that's going to miss.
Can I have dual wielding? Can I hit
Oh
with
yeah,
the other one? Or?
Yeah. Then you get a bonus action.
Missed twice.
All right. You're gonna have to switch the long swords for short swords though to do dual wield. Just so you know, you can't. A long sword is not a light weapon. You can only.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that real quick.
Okay. So I'll step up. He's going to attack Bokvar. 19 to hit Bokvar. Bokvar.
Does it?
All right, for 5 points of piercing. And it's Jedediah's turn.
All right, I'm gonna keep it simple and aim straight in front of me and fire with the short bow.
Okay, that's going to miss.
And then hold my turn.
All right, Wazir's turn. Wazir's turn. Which one are we hitting? I guess this. Now this one has actually already been damaged. So I'm assuming we're going to hit him and kill him. Anything else from Wazir?
That's it.
Luke Guy's turn.
I forget, if we move while already adjacent to people, does that instigate a reaction for them?
No, you have to leave their threat range.
Okay, that's why I want to double check one. I have a game that does that, so I'm going to begin taking position right here by the barrel then, and take a chance at this one that we currently have up on the wall.
Okay.
Another stab of the rapier through its bone. 18 for 4 damage.
Okay. Anything else from Luke Guy?
No, that's all I can do, so I'm good.
Okay, Andrew's turn.
The skeleton within my range, so I'm gonna smack it. My long sword.
Okay, that's going to miss.
Yep, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay, Bakvar's turn.
All right, I'm gonna hit the guy in front of me with my maul.
Okay, that's going to hit. Okay. Looks like that does some extra damage to him. Anything else from Bakvar?
Nope.
All right, so he is going to hit Luke, or try to hit Luke Guy. He's going to crit Luke Guy for 5 piercing.
That's not very nice.
Zell's
That looked
turn.
like that tickled.
And I am tickled. I'm also tickled that I'm currently exposed. I'm out of my form and now I'm in true form.
Yeah. So he has his.
Yep. I'm swinging at the one in front of me.
Okay.
Oh,
That hits.
21.
Yeah.
I'm for 14.
For 14. All right, looks like he is barely holding on.
Well, nuts. I'm going to action surge. And I'm going to miss. Ha
Okay. All right, so I guess he will try to hit back. A 20 to hit Zell.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Okay, for 7 piercing. And it is Rasmus's turn.
I'm gonna try and hit that one right there with the red dot on it.
Okay. That red dot means he's bloodied. All right, so that's going to take him down. He's got 1 hit point left. So you can move over here and attack another one.
Okay. All right, I'm doing it.
That hits, yeah.
That's nice. That's pretty good.
Okay. Anything else from Rasmus?
I'm all good.
Okay. All right, so this one is going to attack Wazir. For armor class 21 for 4 points against Wazir. Jedediah.
All right, gonna do same as before. Just shoot the one directly in front of me.
Do you have a way to ignore cover by any chance?
No,
Sure.
I don't.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
Looks like that would have hit him if you hadn't had the people in your way. It was Zaire's turn. Okay.
Desire smash.
Luke Eye's turn.
Taking upon this opportunity with Wuzire to attack the same enemy immediately after. An 18, doing 7 piercing.
Okay, down he goes. Andrew Waltz.
And then I'm just going to back up to
Okay.
this corner, try to. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna attack the skeleton again with my sword.
Eight's going to miss. Bakvar.
I'm gonna keep swinging, but fail to hit.
Yeah, that will miss. Zell's turn.
Cool. I'm going to go ahead and pop up right here. Swing. I'm going to take a wild assumption that 23 hits
Yes.
for 12.
Okay, down he goes.
Nice.
Is there another one?
Nope, that's all of them.
Nuts.
Okay. So the crowd starts to come back into the market. There is a lot of consternation about the yet another undead attack without any sense of where they're coming from or why they're coming from. Must be some sort of unseen dark forces at work. Does anybody have a really good passive insight by any chance?
Passive. You mean passive wisdom?
15.
Oh yeah, it's a wisdom base. Yeah, so if you have a good wisdom, then what was the? So I guess my
I have
question
a
is
passive 15.
passive 15.
Yeah,
Right,
I've got
so
14.
as the people come back into the market, there you notice that there's a lot of mumbling and looking at your group's direction from time to time, but no overt anger or anything. We could probably take a short rest in this market if we need to. There's nothing threatening us, so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like that. I wouldn't mind.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my second wind before we do so to apparently regen 3 HP. Damn.
Oh yeah, I should go ahead and do that too. You never know whenever you roll badly. Never mind. I'm sorry. Sorry.
I can't believe I rolled a 1 on a regen.
All right, so it looks like those skeletal remains bore some particularly virulent bacteria. So it's going to be 66, 7.
Oh shit!
Right, so it's not 11 necrotic damage. Just so you know, it's only going to be 66 divided by 7. It's only going to be 9 points of necrotic. So 9 or 4 is the damage. Not 11.
Okay, so
Everyone, by the way, everyone has advantage on the saving throw.
Yeah, if anyone is
I'll
proficient.
well,
Yeah, I am proficient in medicine.
I mean, I rolled a 22. Will it matter if I roll a critical?
No.
Okay, then I won't worry about the advantage.
Does Jedediah need to worry about it since he's so far away?
Jedediah should make another one. See if you can succeed with it.
I did. I rolled 2, an 8 and a 15.
So he got a 15.
So everybody takes 4 except for Zell, who takes the full 9. And no one suffers the secondary effect, which is good. And it looks like, well, I mean, actually with proficiency in medicine, you know that it's because these seem to be particularly nasty skeletons, like they bore some usually large amount of bacteria, probably because of the proximity to the byproducts of the butcher. So they.
How much damage do we take?
We take 8 if we failed, but 4 if we succeeded. And
Yeah.
all of us succeeded, so 4.
Can I do a perception check to see like why they're like? I wouldn't imagine a butcher has human skeletons. So are these human bones?
They are in fact human bones, and there do not appear to be any other human bones in the offal from the butcher shop. So yeah, that's an interesting question as to how human bones wound up among pork and beef scraps. Yeah.
And this was all just pretty much not assumption. We saw them come out of the butcher shop, right? Is that how that worked?
Well, that's what everyone who was running ahead of them was screaming. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yep.
So okay.
Perhaps we should go take a look.
Yes, we should probably go and search, or we could report it.
And as so 30, 45 minutes go by, and a group of figures have approached your party. There are 6 of them, and within their cowls, you notice that they are actually elves. And yeah. So you're in the market. You have these elves who have their features disguised under pilgrims' robes, and so they're speaking specifically to Wazir and Rasmus. And let's see. So what is it that brings the ancient enemies of the elves into such proximity with a wood as prevalent or as ubiquitous as the firewood?
These wouldn't happen to be drow, would they?
No, but speaking of drow, so not only do we have a couple of dragon kind here, but then we also have knowledge that at least one of you has befriended a group of drow that have set up in the proximity of the Farwood as well. So is there some sort of campaign that you're mounting against our elven communities in the Farwood? Do you have some justification for your activities? The Dragonborn, you've already befriended drow. You seem to be somehow attracting undead, possibly even affiliating with some of their leaders, from what we understand. And now, so should we consider you a threat? It seems like you are in that position.
But
Absolutely not. We intervened to save the people that were being attacked by them.
Yeah. Well, that could have been a situation where you lost control of your undead. That happens from time to time.
I mean, since we've came here, we've been fighting nothing but undead. And, of course, the cultists that seem to be bringing them.
Yes, but it is interesting that whenever
being there with us fighting them.
It is interesting that the frequency, though, with which your appearance and the appearance of undead seem to correlate. But even looking beyond the undead, are you saying that your affiliation with the drow is innocent in some way?
Are they speaking common or elven?
They're speaking common. Larian, to be precise.
I honestly don't know anything about any correlation with drow, but I'm fairly new to this farming.
Yeah, in the very first episode, the heroes encountered some drow and ended on good terms with them.
Yeah, no, the drow that we encountered, they are actually excommunicated from where they originate from. The males basically took hold of the order of things and kicked out the females. And so we happened upon them in our journey to go investigate a cave, because we were actually looking for a priest of the One True Faith. He had turned up missing. And they basically asked if we could in some fashion assist in locating potentially a place that they could basically home up in. And as far as anything else, that's the most that we've had any communication with them.
Seems innocuous.
Well, so the elves. So the first point is that you have bestowed a level of trust in these drow that either belies a lack of knowledge of their nature or just a willingness to associate with well-known creatures of evil and darkness. But not just random, but the specific ancient opponents of other elves, right? They are corrupted and spiteful, and regardless of where they came from or the circumstances by which they came here, their very presence is a threat to the legitimate elven communities of the area. And are you saying that you intend to support them in some way? Because their presence is an abomination to most of us.
So have you met up with this group of drow and they caused some type of strife against you?
We have observed them. We're not sure if they know the location of our enclaves, and we want to keep it that way. We are not going to be willing participants in any activity of the drow. If there's a civil war amongst the drow, we hope that they are equally vicious and equally efficient at eliminating each other. That would be a boon to the cosmos.
I mean, with some culture change, they can assimilate.
So you're saying then that you don't intend to disavow your relationship with these drow? Am I understanding you correctly?
Yeah.
We don't really have any way we can disavow any knowledge or association with them. The main thing that I have question-wise for you is you seem to be traveling through the streets in robed garb somewhat conveniently after those skeletons appeared. So from our viewpoint, your appearance is also fairly circumstantial.
And us defending the people of the area, well, who seems to be more of the reason why the skeletons are here now?
All right. So I guess then we're going to retire. This is the first opportunity we've had. We would have preferred to have met with you in a less visible venue, but the affairs of the last hour or so kind of pressed us to the point of urgency. But we're not happy with the situation, and there may come a point where we have to intervene directly. So I'm delivering our message to you to tread cautiously and be cognizant of the communities that you may be offending and whose territory you may be encroaching upon. That you want to choose your allies carefully in these times.
Side question.
Okay?
Are we not in a normal human region? Per se?
Yes. Yeah, we are. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the reason that you are notable, is because you have a half elf, 2 dragonborn, and a Kitsune amongst you. Yeah. But
All
Yeah.
that anyone knows, right?
yeah. So
Just look around.
yeah, so you are a very unusual company. That's the reason the elves took particular notice of you. But the fact that they came into the human community indicates how important they think the situation is. They would very, very rarely do that. All right, so they will retire, and then we have a respite there. What is it we are going to do?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do, because we have regular occurrences of these undead, is I'm going to go find a merchant, a weaponsmith, if possible, that I can go buy a maul from.
Yeah, you can just do
I'll
that.
give you a
Yeah.
thumbs up.
Because
No problem with that. In fact, anybody who wants to pick up some sort of bludgeoning weapon, unfortunately, there's no ranged bludgeoning weapons, but yeah.
There is.
well, I
You could throw
mean,
it like hammer or something.
There is. It's just you're going to be
You can
carrying a lot of hammers
throw.
when you.
Oh yeah,
use a light
hammers.
hammer.
I guess that's right. Hammers will do it. Yeah.
Light hammers. I don't think you want to.
A sling to is bludgeoning.
Yeah, sling.
That's a good question. I should actually too.
Hopefully soon I'll figure out how to make this black powder stuff go bang, and I'll be doing some decent damage soon.
So as we are going about purchasing our bludgeoning weapons, with the elves having retired, giving their message of caution and warning, entering the market is a group of loud residents armed with clubs and rocks. There are varied shouts directed at you, and the gist is that they believe that you are somehow responsible for the undead threatening their streets, and they have had enough. Their accusations, calls for confessions, and shouts of vengeance.
Wait, confessions.
Looks like there are about 25 of them, like a literal mob of these Schmidtford residents. Like we knew we knew it was a bad idea to let these non-humans in and give them refuge, and sure enough, as a consequence, we've been plagued by this undead menace.
Can I do a maybe, I don't know, just yell at these people and say, hey, we just killed everything here. Do you really want to mess with us? I don't think it's gonna end up being
Yeah,
nice.
intimidation check. That went really well last time I tried that.
You got floored.
All right, I mean,
No, you know what? No, no, you do.
how
You.
many people are in this group? Let's back up real quick.
We have.
There are 26 of them. Oh wait, in your group there's 7, but there are 26 of these.
No, how many villagers?
Yeah, the mob consists of 26 residents of Schmidtford,
Oh, never mind. I would not do that then.
armed with rocks and clubs.
Can I look over the crowd to see if there might be someone that could be instigating it, and if there's someone that stands out, like they're not actually part of the mob, they're trying to like urge them on?
You can make a insight check there.
Do that.
Yeah, or insight or investigation, whichever you wanted. Yeah. You don't notice anything. They seem to be a crowd directed by consensus. Yep.
Okay.
Can I try to stealth out of the view?
You're in a brightly lit market at this point.
Guess that's not going to work out very well.
Yeah,
Hey,
within
man.
my past experience of whenever it comes to humans hating non-races, there's usually because there's someone behind the reins. Do I understand any of this from my 16?
No, yeah, this seem to be just directed by their superstition and bias against non-humans. There's no individual who is appears to be leading them in any fashion.
I think we'd be best served if we kind of put our arms up a little bit and didn't appear to be aggressive at all, and just try to get somebody to talk to us.
Oh no! At this point, I'm sheathed. You know, I don't have.
Oh, yeah.
I have my shield on my back and everything. So
You can make a persuasion check if you wanted to, then, to try and calm them down.
I mean,
My guess is whoever looks the most human.
yeah. Hold on. I'm saying at this point at us, but yet we are not those forms of magical beings. Wizards, sorcerers, necromancers, those are the real threats to your people, not us. The Dragonborn have done nothing but fight alongside us,
Okay,
fighting
well,
against them.
presuming that someone helps
just-
Wazir, yeah.
Yeah, no.
So,
I mean, people, we're the ones here trying to protect you, and why would we want to cause harm? I mean, we're here for food, drink, bartering, purchasing of things, and just trying to get through our days and find our own fortunes through whatever jobs we can find.
right. So the consensus of the crowd is that you have assembled a group of magical beasts, these dragon kind and whatever a kitsune is, and you believe that you are civilized and in control of magic, and that's often as the one true faith is definite in. That is the beginning of corruption, is to believe that you can control magic, right? So, but they will wait before acting hastily for you to deliver some evidence that you are not the ones who are responsible for the rash of undead. But they won't. But likely, this will be a ongoing problem amongst the residents. They will get angrier and angrier until eventually some mob will be unconsolable. But this one is, this one is alleviated for the moment, and they go grumbling off to vote for Donald Trump, leaving you alone in the marketplace.
There's only one
Well,
wrong, and that's on the Trump.
But all
I
that.
guess we should go check out the butcher.
Okay.
First, let's get our arms. We want to try and prepare just in case skeletons appear again, right? I'd be more comfortable with a bludgeoning weapon.
Okay. Yeah, you have bludgeoning weapons. Yes, that occurred as over the course of acquiring bludgeoning weapons. Yeah. So
Okay then.
everyone should have a
So,
bludgeoning
I
weapon.
plan maybe
Yeah. Right. And then as we are heading off to investigate, the dissipating crowd manages to spook a teamster's wagon. Right. So that comes barreling through us. All right. So Zell, is there a reason what is your passive perception, first of all?
14.
And all right. So this wagon comes roaring through, and its team could trample you. Because you have a sufficient passive perception to recognize it coming, that would be with disadvantage, and you can opt to give that to shove someone else out of the way so that they have disadvantage instead of you. So that the attack is at disadvantage against them. Are you going to do that, or are you just going to leap out of the way yourself?
Wait, I currently have disadvantage? And
No.
if I push
Yes.
someone...
No. The dissipating crowd has spooked a runaway wagon, right? That has come barreling through our party. But you have a sufficient passive perception to notice it in time so that you can leap out of the way, and then the team will be attacking with disadvantage. But you don't have to leap out of the way. Instead of leaping out of the way, you could shove another party member out of the way so that the attack against them would be at disadvantage instead. So which will you choose to do?
The only person I can shove out of the way, I imagine, in time would be Jedediah. So I'm going to push him to the other. I can't move him, but over.
Oh,
to
you
the
can just
right
you're just shoving him out of the way. Yeah. Andrew, what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is
10 plus your wisdom.
14.
It's 14. Same thing goes from you. You can the attack is either made at disadvantage to you as you jump out of the way, or you can shove another party member out of the way. But it's up to you.
I'm gonna shove another party member out of the way.
Okay. Jedediah has already been shoved out of the way. Who would you shove out instead?
Lukai.
Lukai is shoved out of the way. Wuzire, what is your passive perception?
29.
Okay. Bokvar, what is your passive perception?
That would be a 10.
Okay. And Rasmus, what is your passive perception?
12.
12. Okay. So Zell, 19 hits you.
Okay.
For 12 bludgeoning and a DC 14 strength save to avoid being knocked prone. If you're knocked prone, then the back hooves could trample you as well.
Fun.
Right?
Okay.
Good news.
Nice.
Right, so 12 points of bludgeoning damage. All right. Andrew Waltz. I'm saying a 6 is going to miss. Wuzir. A 15 to hit Wuzir. I believe that's going to miss, right? You're in heavy armor. Jedediah
19.
with disadvantage. 14 to hit Jedediah.
Didn't he get pushed out of the way?
Yeah.
He got pushed to the other side.
That's
of the
why
door.
it's at disadvantage. Yeah, that's why it's made with disadvantage.
Essentially, it's to avoid you from becoming disadvantaged. If you didn't push them out of the way, you would have been at a disadvantage. So,
Well, permanent or not, I'm knocked out.
Well, does a 14 hit you?
Yeah, my AC class is 14.
All right, so you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you say that puts you unconscious. All right. Bokvar, an 8 will miss. Rasmus, 22 for 11 points of bludgeoning damage and a DC 14 strength save.
I'm waiting.
The 11 puts me at -1, though.
Hey,
Okay. So you're unconscious then. And then Lukai. A 20 to hit Lukai for 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Or I'm sorry, it's a 7. You have it's a disadvantage because you were shoved aside. So 7 will miss.
yeah,
All right.
yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah. So
I'm mortified.
we got a couple of guys unconscious. So
I gonna go touch each of them. Give them both 1 hit point from lay on hands.
1 hit point from lay on hands.
We need to show that. We need to start showing something holy here. We keep getting called like bad people.
Okay.
Does
So
the wagon manage to stop?
yeah, then it goes on for a few dozen feet, and some other teamster manages to grab it under control. Yeah. All right. So, are we ready to find out where the true source of these undead are coming from?
Can we take a short rest so I can try to heal up a little bit?
Well, this can be at the end of that previous short rest. Sure. We haven't done anything since the short rest, so we don't need to take another one. We'll just tack this on to the end of the short rest that we had. Because all we've done is walk a few feet since we finished the short rest. So sure, you can. Let me know when we're ready to proceed.
Winds today are just crap.
All right, let's get up to the butcher.
Yep.
Okay, so we get to the butcher, and Rye is his name, and he doesn't have any idea how human bones got amongst his scraps. But then, of course, he doesn't guard his scraps, right? He just sort of piles them up over beginning when he gets there early in the morning, and then in the evening he's going to take them all to probably be dumped in the river or buried somewhere. So anyone could have smuggled in some human bones into his scraps, and he wouldn't have known anything about it. So he's not aware of it. What is your passive insight?
15.
I'm sorry, you were breaking up there.
15, 1-5.
Yeah, so he doesn't appear to be lying to you.
In that case, we can go check out the area where you could lay your bones at.
Yeah. So, right. So at this point, we're going to need to locate this true source of these undead and get some clues as to what's going on. So we're just going to start with Zell. Zell, what could you do to contribute to that effort? It doesn't have to be something you personally. You could help someone with an investigation check or something like that. You could wait and decide if someone else is going to do something that you want to help with rather than do something yourself.
Yeah, I don't really have very good ability to investigate, so I'm going to kind of hold off. And
Well, I mean, there are other things you could
I could
do.
roll for perception and see what I could see in the butcher shop, but
Or you could, if you have survival, you could try to track, right? To try and find indications of some sort of strange tracks or activity. Right. So there are lots of things you could do, but this is okay. We'll come back to Zell. Andrew, do you have anything that leaps to the forefront contributing to these efforts?
I can track stuff, but I'm not really that good at charisma-based stuff, so I can help somebody with like investigation check or something like that.
Investigation would be perfectly acceptable. Yeah. Wazir, what could you do to help in this effort?
Carry on talking to people and try and persuade them to give information out about people they've seen or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm all right with that. Yeah, people are going to be naturally hesitant to talk to your party after the reputation that they've managed to acquire. And Jedediah, what could you do to contribute to this effort?
Maybe thinking a little outside of the box, but
That's
maybe,
the point.
I want to go talk to the alchemy and check out over there because they might have some potion or something to reanimate. I don't know.
Okay, that sounds like investigation to me, unless you have a different idea.
I don't have. I mean,
It sounds like you're in a baseball stadium.
Yeah, you're breaking up pretty bad. Okay. Let's go. So what about Bakvar? What does Bakvar have that he could contribute to our efforts to find the true culprits?
I'm going to use Divine Sense and see if I can sense any other undead in the area, maybe in the building.
Okay. There are no other undead in the area, just so you know.
Okay.
And then Erasmus, what about you?
My guy's pretty much geared. I've got that wanderer background, so anything with tracking or cartography, anything like that, like I can memorize, recall maps and stuff like that. I was thinking maybe if we could get our hands on a map and plot all the areas where these undead have come up, see if we could find any kind of a center point or something.
Okay, so that sounds like investigation, but it could be a track, which is survival, or you could be helping someone else with theirs as well. Any of those would be, whichever of those you want to classify it as is fine.
Okay. Actually, the guy that said whoever did the detection said they were going to look for Eva. I can go help him.
Well, you can't really help him use divine sense. That's just a supernatural ability, right? I mean, he just does it. That could help you with something if you were trying to do something.
Well, yeah. I mean, if we were trying to pinpoint, if we could get a map and pinpoint any hot spots.
All right. So make me an investigation check then. All right.
I don't know if this is any better.
Then Luke, what is Luke going to do? What could Luke do to help locate who's responsible for this in this town?
Well, Luke would try to use one of his proficiencies. However, I don't think the townsfolk would take kindly to Luke pushing them around. So instead, I'm going to investigate the bone pile area, essentially looking around and seeing if there's anything like amiss, something more
Okay.
necrotic, preferably.
Make me a survival check then.
Survival check. All right.
Yeah, that'd be classified as tracking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I help with that with my 23?
With your 23 it counts as your activity. Right? You don't want to negate your 23 to help his 12, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So back to Zell. What did Zell decide on?
I'm going to assist in the tracking.
Okay, Luke A, make another check then.
Oh, all right.
Let's see.
Beautiful.
And then Andrew, it looks like we need something from you. What is Andrew doing?
What?
What is
I
Andrew
said
doing?
I was going to help someone. I said I was going to help someone with their investigation check,
Oh,
or something similar to that.
oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Ruzier, make me another persuasion check then, as Andrew is helping you. Oh, that's much better. All right. So as we go stomping around, talking to people, trying to follow tracks, put the pieces together, we are exposed to some fringe areas within Schmidtford that are not very well maintained and have some toxic chemicals floating around. All right, so that's going to be 42. Wait.
Oh.
So that's actually going to be 6 points of necrotic damage, halved to 3 instead of 7. Right, so I need some constitution checks. This is a poison effect, if that makes any difference to anybody. I don't know if we're at the point yet where we have immunities to poison, but we might have some resistances.
Would my ranger be able to avoid that by pointing out the toxic stuff because of being in the wilderness and stuff?
Yeah, we're not in the wilderness though, right?
Yeah,
but toxic waste is toxic waste.
Toxic
Not
waste
really.
is more of a city-made thing. It's not really something made out in the forest.
This is the byproducts of leather tanning and human excrement and things like that. Yeah. But we do have someone who's proficient. We do have someone who's proficient in medicine, though, right?
Yes, I do. I just don't think a ranger would purposely. Don't think a ranger would purposely go and water on human poop.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not. We're not doing it on purpose. It's just the byproduct of a medieval village, right?
All right.
But hold on. I'm sorry. I clicked on the wrong thing there. That is. Yeah, so we're going to go with 7, so that's fine. So it's going to be 6 halves to and there's no secondary effect, by the way. It's just that's what made me realize I clicked the wrong thing. That ignore the fail by 5. There is no secondary effect.
Are we using the first number or the second?
We're using the first number, which would be no. We're going to go with the lower. It's supposed to be 2d6.
It's what any PC is proficient in medicine.
No, I'm sorry. I meant the con check, not your damage.
All right. Yeah. So there's it's actually if any PC is proficient in survival. So is anyone proficient in survival?
Me.
I am.
Right.
I am.
So we do. So everyone should still have advantage, which I think means no one failed. Well, I guess Andrew failed.
Yeah,
we have a lot of survivals.
It's a lot of fighters.
So everyone takes 3 points of damage except for Andrew, who takes 6. And we're going to have to do those checks one more time. So, but we only need 3 more successes. So So,
I'm done. Even if we take half damage, I'm down to 1 again.
Yeah, no, I'm done.
I think we'll be fine.
Woo!
I don't know what the strength is.
An idiot to hit the wrong button.
Okay. All right. So starting back around, Andrew, you were tracking, or you were helping someone track. All right. So Josh, let's have another persuasion check. All right, and then
Jeez.
who else? What did everyone else? Let's see. So we got Luke guy. Let's have another survival check.
Oh boy, let's go see what we find in this adventure.
Wow.
And you
I
should
think
be
I need to be rolling the survival check.
you should be doing that with advantage from.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then I'll just roll.
Well, I don't know why someone with a -1 in survival is doing the one doing the tracking. To be honest with you.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I didn't notice
I
that he
was
had a
doing it
negative
just
1.
because it was my idea and he was assisting. So.
All right. So
You want him to roll instead, or?
yeah, we need to go that the other way. Andrew, who is proficient in survival?
I got 4.
Jedediah has 5.
Okay, so Jedediah make a survival roll with advantage then. Okay, that's what we needed right there. That takes care of it. All right, so we follow tracks and put together the observations of people who saw others making suspicious efforts or carrying suspicious bags, and we are able to track it to a part of the warehouse district within town. And let me get everyone over here. Right, so we're in the warehouse district. We are very sure that we are close to, we've narrowed it down. In particular, the description we continue to get is of a woman that, as the evidence comes in, is the woman who directed us towards the shrine in the last adventure. I don't know if you guys remember, right? So to recap, right, Ixie said, she gave us the information about the shrine, helped us get to the shrine, but then insisted that the priest there, the death cultist, be killed and not turned over alive to the authorities, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the descriptions that we're being able to put together is that it seems to be indicating that she is the one behind this wave of undead activity. And it's centered in the warehouse district. So,
Truly wish we had a chance to kill her.
right. So, yeah, we were pretty exhausted. We were pretty low on resources when we finally got to her.
Yeah, so that was a problem.
All right.
And there's a few of us right now that need heals.
We actually have some pretty good healing with the paladins. All right, but as we are narrowing it in, approaching us down the street is a group of 7 guys wearing studded leather armor, carrying only clubs, but they do have the livery of the town watch. So from where we're standing, it appears like these are maybe off-duty watchmen, or because they don't have the weapons that you would normally associate with members of the watch in an organized patrol. And so they shout at you, says, "You guys need to clear out of here. Your meddling and possibly narrativism has come to an end, for at least for today." And then with your 15 insight, you recognize that they are hiding something. They are probably not acting in their official capacity.
Good to know.
So what are we going to do about the town watch?
Can I use I would do a persuasion to try to get them to maybe let us know what's going on. We're just trying to stop the necromancy.
Okay, make me a persuasion check. Yeah, all this concern about a few undead is completely overblown. We've got everything under control. We don't need any interlopers and snoopers interfering with something that really is none of your business. You're not even from Schmidtford. You guys should just go find yourself a place in the world where you fit in. Quit trying to shoehorn yourself into a human community, and just leave Schmidtford to the humans. We'll take care of ourselves.
How many of them are there?
7.
So are they? 7 of us?
6.5 because my guy's on one leg.
I got you, sort of.
Just tell them we're not looking for a fight. We have a job to do. They have a job to do. They go on their way. We'll go on ours.
So we're not particularly looking for a fight, but we're not looking to shy away from a fight either. So, yeah, as long as you go about your way the exact opposite direction from which you're going now, that's fine. Like in particular, our job involves keeping you from proceeding any further into the warehouse district.
For what?
From you proceeding any further into the warehouse district.
Well, why do you care so much? Where we go?
Because it's tough to make a living in this dark and dangerous world, and we're being paid pretty well to keep you guys.
Your job from you.
Say again?
You just think we're taking your job from you then?
No, not particularly. I mean, our employment will continue without you. It's not contingent upon, but we do have to demonstrate our value to our employer, and that involves keeping you from going any further into the warehouse district.
Well, clearly your employer is not the City Watch because you are not dressed as City Watch. So who is your employer?
No, we are dressed as a City Watch, and we do work for the City Watch, but what we do on our downtime and who pays us to use our downtime is really none of the city's business.
There's a lot of that out on your end, Dimgaard.
I mean, if you're off duty, doesn't that mean we're just kind of walking around and we're not breaking any laws?
Right. So kind of the law is what you make of it. You're free to take your case and appeal it to the count if you want to.
Well, you already said you're in your off duty, so you don't really have any authority to arrest us.
Yeah, we're not planning on arresting you.
They plan to kill us.
Yeah, so there are two choices, right? You can just voluntarily turn around and leave the warehouse district. It's off limits to you, at least for the foreseeable future. You can go complain to the count if you want to, or we can make you do that. Those are really, you're going to do that voluntarily, or are you going to do it under our duress, under duress from us? That's up to you. But really, that's your only option that we see at this point.
I really don't think attacking off-duty City Watch people is a good idea.
No.
Yeah. Well, let's leave.
Maybe come back at night.
I mean, they were hiding something, so I just don't trust that.
I mean, if they're really interested in money, they can just let us pass and, whatever money we get from going into the warehouse, we can split.
There's no harm in letting us be.
I don't think they're going to fall for that.
Yeah, I think at this time we should probably back off.
I agree.
Why is this guy fighting?
So you don't want to try?
Well, I'm down to 5 HP.
Okay. Yeah,
Well,
I've
at the
gone
end
through
of
that
the-
situation.
At the end of the day, City Watch and the town already hates us. It's not going to do well for our reputation, off duty or not.
We just come back at a later
Who else
time.
is around here? It's just us and them, right? Belving's like cleared out, or else they wouldn't be so openly aggressive about it.
Yeah, there's no one else who appears to be observing. It seems like we're in a remote part of the warehouse district.
It's not going to hurt if we at least see if they'll let us get by with a little bit of extra pay on their hands.
Hey, Jack, do you wear headphones or something?
That's what I'm putting them on. Yeah.
Ah, cool.
We can try to bribe. I've got some gold.
You guys can try. I don't think that's going to sell it though, because they sounded more like they needed to keep their boss happy than they were worried about money.
Could be that they're not
That's true.
anyways. Whether or not
But
we
then
find
again,
them
this
or
is a
lost
place
them.
of people trying to make their own ends meet, so.
True. I mean, it's worth a shot, but I just.
Yes.
But yeah, we can't hear you currently. Or the echo.
We'll probably have to set Discord to actually go through the microphone or whatnot.
Well, no, this is okay. I'm all right with this.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what?
Okay, there we go.
I need some food. Grab some bunions.
What?
This Kitsune's getting hungry.
Okay.
Are you guys going to try and bribe them, or are we just going to leave?
Well, after suggesting that, I'm pulling out one of my rations and nibbling on them. A little
Hey,
drunk,
can
man,
I
but you,
how much could we pay you to let us continue our mission?
All right, so that kind of takes them by surprise. They had not considered that. So what is it? What is your offer? How much would you? How much would you contribute to them to look the other way?
can I just?
I don't know what's a lot.
I would like to-
not a lot, though.
Because I mean, we could whisper like, we could give them a general, like, yeah, like 10, 15 out of our pockets for each of them. You know,
How rich is their boss? Well, surely, like, if that's where we're going, to where the boss is, and you know we end up getting a
I'm
job,
sure they wouldn't mind.
then if they would split like how much money the boss would have.
Well, they're not sure you could eliminate their boss. Is the first point there. But to answer your original question, she kicks in 10 gold a week to each of them, right? Which is a lot of money for a city watchman who normally only makes 3 or 4 gold a month as a member of the watch.
So
Well, then why don't we give them 5 gold each?
no, well, why not 15? You know, to ensure that they let us through.
How many are
That
there?
way we may continue our attempted search.
There are 7 of them.
Yeah, like 15 gold each. I'm sure that we could each give them 15. If not, then my character would gladly be willing to make up for the difference for each.
Yeah, so 105 gold. They would.
That's
They,
fair.
right. So we can make a persuasion check at that. Whoever has the best persuasion. Who has the best persuasion?
And then plus
Jedediah has
I only have one, so don't leave it to me. I'm not even proficient in it.
I think plus 6 Wazir's +6 is the best I'm hearing so far. Right, so you can make that with advantage, right? So 17, yeah. So they will accept that, yeah. And they'll step aside. They'll let you let you go on. And we come to this rather nondescript warehouse in the middle, or it buried amongst many other warehouses. And there's no street.
By the way, did anyone need me to make the difference for them in the gold, or did someone not have 15?
I only have 10 total.
Okay. Okay then. I just want to make sure mine's correct.
In case it comes up, the roofs of these are 15 feet high. The doors are, even though they may show that they're ajar, that's just to indicate they're doors. They're actually all closed. So.
How high were the roofs?
15 feet. No, I'm sorry. That's not right. Here they're 25 feet in the warehouse district. Yeah. Generally, houses and craft shops and those type of things are 15 feet. But here they're 25 feet because they have almost all of them will have a loft where they store stuff as well.
Jedediah, can you see anything? Continuing with that tracking skill that you got there.
Let's roll for it.
That didn't go very well.
All right. So yeah, actually within in the areas around both the front door and the back door, there is evidence that things have been dragged, and there's even some blood. Looks like probably blood stains associated with the dragging. So it seems like things have been either drug in or out, or maybe both, of this warehouse within the past several days. Seems like actually a lot of activity.
Well, at least they made it easy for me.
Thank goodness. But,
Are there any windows we can peek through, or?
There are no windows in any of these warehouses.
Well, then I guess I need to. I don't know. I can try to pick the lock with my thieves' tools.
Yes, you could. Mm-hmm. What is your dexterity plus your proficiency? What's your dexterity modifier plus your proficiency?
Dexterity is +5.
And okay, so it'd be 17, right? Yeah, you don't seem to be able to just naturally unlock them. You would have to make a check to do so.
Alright, so I'll roll a d20 and try to unlock one of these locks. Not rolling very well.
No. Mm-mm. So you think these locks are going to be beyond your ability to unlock? They do appear sturdy, but brute force is always an option, yeah, if we want to just burst in.
well, it's number 4, right? Or
Number 1. It's number 1.
Number 1.
Yeah.
And those back ones are the windows right here, or is those?
Those are doors, yeah.
The doors.
They're only doors. There are no windows in any of these warehouses.
Man, it must be hard to get some air through there then. Damn. All right.
Balls. I don't know, guys. What do we say we do?
You only get one chance to try and pick it.
Did I never turn
Yeah,
on the
if-
yellow for whenever I had lights with?
Yeah, if you fail in with thieves' tools, then that lock is going to be beyond your ability to pick.
I can try the other door.
I guess you could try the back door. Yeah, you could do that.
That's what she said. Alright, let's try this again.
And that's a definite no.
Yeah, these are
Dice gods.
These are apparently master locksmiths at this particular warehouse.
How sturdy is the wood?
You think it would be hard to burst through, but not impossible. So that'd be like a DC 20 is a hard task. So you think
The warehouse in general, it's hardwood.
yeah. So you could burst it. You could burst the doors through with a DC 20 athletics check, if you wanted to.
The locks on the doors, are they like external locks, or are they actually locks that are built into the door?
They are built into the door. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there goes that idea. Never mind. Well, I don't really think it's going to be beneficial if we just try to break the door down.
So how about we try to create a sounding distraction?
Well, could do that.
Maybe someone's actually in there that'll probably bust out hearing a lot of ruckus.
Yeah. Or they could be busy.
They could. It's worth a shot, right?
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll knock on the door with my hammer.
Wait, why is my action? No, I have my action surge as an item. I don't know why.
Oh, I don't know.
So I'm not sure. I understand. So are you trying to burst down the door, or are you literally?
No. I'm just trying to.
How about I jump on top of the roof and start tap dancing like a mad leprechaun?
You can do that. I'm just trying to knock on the door.
I mean, you said 25 feet, right?
Yeah, the building, the roofs are 25 feet high.
All right, look. So I guess go around the building for a good placement to try and start climbing. I'd like to try and climb it.
Yeah, there's no problem with climbing it. So you knock on the door, there's no answer. You dance on the roof, doesn't appear to be any response.
Damn. And this roof is pretty sturdy from dancing on it.
Mhm.
Dang it. There's no way through. Bust down the door.
We made a bunch of noise
through the roof.
It's just a plank roof. There's no entry point through the roof.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to try to come up with some idea to get in there, because short of breaking the doors down at this point. Guess we could always take a vote.
Hey, are those watchmen anywhere around?
They have faded into the background. They have taken their 105 gold pieces and left the vicinity.
I'm not the strongest, but I can do a fair game against the door.
I mean, I have a great sword that I can swing at it.
And I have a flail.
Yeah.
Unless my rapier could somehow be used as a lockpicking tool, I don't think I can get it there.
I don't know. You have to be a really, really good swashbuckler.
So there's no one who has a. I mean, are we saying we can't make a DC 20 strength check amongst us? Is that the idea?
No.
Who's
We're
got the best
We're
strength?
deciding whether it's a good idea to break down the door.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Or if
it's
it's
the
bad.
only idea, so it's...
Yeah.
Well, now,
Well, I mean,
if you.
one by one, let's all run into the door, see if we can break it down.
Well, no, I mean we can damage the door and destroy the door with damage instead of trying to force it open with an athletics check. I mean that's always an option too. I mean, it has resistance to physical damage, but it's
Okay.
but it is just
I was about to ask, is there anything funny with this door now that you're mentioning actually hitting the door?
yeah. So
Funny ha ha, or funny boo hoo?
Funny boom. More like what I'm worried about.
Yeah. Well, I can attempt a strength check on the door.
Same hell.
right. So are we all right? So I guess we're going to be over here, right? So oh wait, yeah. So positions ourselves accordingly for where we're going to be when the door is forced open.
I'll be right by your side. Hopefully you don't die.
And is there at least one other person who could succeed on a DC 20 athletics check?
Yeah, I got +5.
Okay, so you'll have advantage.
+5.
Right, so you'll have.
I have a +3.
Right, so you.
I have a +5
Straight up
as well.
strength is 1 though. Straight up strength only has a +1. I'm thinking of athletics. My bad.
Yeah, I've got a +5 on strength check and athletics, so
I'm -1, so I don't.
well, I will go ahead and go first, and it's getting nowhere.
Okay. So it doesn't budge. Doesn't budge again.
Yeah. Rip it open.
Lols.
Combined strength. We needed my.
Hey.
All right, so there we go.
Get back.
Okay, and so.
Huh?
Okay, so inside, sure enough, there is Exezeus. All right, here, I'll read the description. An altar of black stone sets in the center of the room. The front is decorated with a painting of a skull with green worms crawling about it. Ritual symbols are emblazoned on the wall, and several corpses rest at various places around the center. In the room are are 10 is Exezeus, and then she has 10 looks there. They have deep robes that have a similar symbol embroidered on their chest. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, and there are the equivalent of 6 of us. Yeah, so she actually has 9. All right. So there are 9 cultists and Exezeus. Looks like all the pounding away gave them time to ready for us, and we will go into initiative at that point.
All the pounding away gave them what now?
Yeah, we're not surprising them.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I didn't think we were going to be surprising anyone.
I mean, if you wouldn't mind, could I have just beforehand, I given Rasmus my health potion?
Yeah, you could do that.
Alright. So Rasmus, roll a 2d4 plus 2. Or is it?
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah, it was- Yeah, it was
Wouldn't it be?
2 plus 2.
Yeah, I was thinking of 2. I was thinking it would be plus 1 because is he level 1 or level 2 with us?
1.
Okay.
Okay, so into initiative we go.
That's pretty dangerous.
Cool. So I'm utilizing alert from the stone to give me a +5,
Okay.
which gives me an 18. As soon as I pop, God, let's put myself on the board.
How in the world did they get 25 and 26 for initiative? How in the world do you guys get those high numbers?
Well, the cultists are human variants who have taken the alert feat, giving them +5 to initiative.
Nice.
Wait, so the one that rolled up.
Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4.
That is a lot of high numbers. Holy cow.
There we got 1, 2.
Not only did we not surprise them, but we don't
4,
get any first rounders either.
6. So I think,
No.
who am I missing in the initiative? I got Jedediah's.
That's me.
Okay.
Ariel.
I suppose I should have been on the other side banging on the door.
Okay, so
That is odd to my character. Apparently I had not.
all right. So away we go. So Yeah, they don't feel a need to rush out there. They're going to fire his hand crossbow at Wazir. I guess he was the one who actually opened the door. Right, so a 7 is going to miss Wazir. And a 7 is going to miss Wazir. All right, so Jedediah. So a couple of them fire hand crossbows. These two over here. And it is your turn.
What was that?
It's your turn. Yeah. These two over here. Each one of them has a hand crossbow and a short sword. Or a scimitar, I'm sorry. And so Wazir forces the door open, and these two immediately shoot it at Wazir, and it's your turn.
All right, I'm going to move to here so I don't have to shoot through anybody, and I'm going to attack.
Back this one, okay. 6 is going to miss.
No, that's 21.
Yeah, 21 to hit. 6
Oh, I'm sorry,
damage.
21 to hit for 6 damage. Gotcha. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm used to seeing two numbers beside each other. Yeah. Anything else from Jedediah?
No, I'm out of moves.
Okay. Right. So this one will go ahead and move up to here and attack Jedediah with her scimitar. 12 misses Jedediah, right?
Yes.
All right. So on initiative count 20, I need everyone except for Andrew and who is that? Let me get something. And Ramus. All right, so the door's open on initiative count 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these symbols on the walls around the room flare and target the 5 who do not have total cover with a hold person, DC 13. So we will start right here with Wazir. So Wazir, I need a DC 13 Wisdom save from you. All right, and then Jedediah, DC 13 Wisdom save. And then Zell, a DC 13 Wisdom save.
13 on what roll?
A Wisdom save. All right, so Jedediah is held.
No, I passed, didn't I?
I'm sorry, Zell. Zell is held. Yeah, my mistake. Luke's turn. Luke, I need a... not your turn. I need a DC 13 Wisdom save from Luke.
Yeah.
Alright, so Luke is held. And Bakvar, I need a DC 13 Wisdom save. So
Wait, so these were triggered by runes?
yeah, they have spell glyphs, the version of from Glyph of Warding around there.
Can't even break that kind of concentration either.
Yeah, if you get to it's not constant. Yeah, there's nothing concentrate on it. Yeah, but you still get.
That's the thing. It's like there's like usually a hold person is a concentration spell, but whenever it has no one concentrating on it, it's just sort of like a spell there.
Okay, so Zell,
That kind of sucks trying to fight against it.
at the end of your turn, you get to make the Wisdom saving throw again to end the paralyzation.
Does this count as paralysis?
It is paralysis, yes.
Cool. I'm going to use lesser restoration from the stone on myself.
Okay, who's doing that?
Me.
Zell.
Zell does that. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
right. So that will end the, and you can do that without any action. So, there it is. So you actually the stone can do that at the beginning of the turn. So you have your full turn ahead of you.
I want to attack the guy in front of me. 22 smack him.
That will hit, yep.
For 14.
Okay.
He is not a happy camper.
No, he is.
Why am I? God damn it, this music.
Okay. This one run up here and attack. Yeah. He's going to attack. Hello. He's going to attack Bakvar. 19 to hit Bakvar. It's going to be an automatic crit for 9 slashing.
Bakvar just falls over.
Okay, Bakvar goes unconscious. Bakvar, the wound from that is continuing to bleed and will do so until someone succeeds on a DC 13. What is it?
Wouldn't it be Constitution? That's bleeding, right?
Yeah. Where did they go to? Oh, there it is. Let's see. Someone needs to make a DC 15 medicine check to end the bleeding. Or it will end on its own at the end of your turn with a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so that was that one. And then this one, I think he would actually provoke from Lukai as he gets. I'm sorry, from Zell. I'm sorry, from Zell as he gets to there.
Okay. Swing.
Alright, so 12. Actually, a 12 might hit these guys. 12 exactly hits these guys. They're just wearing leather armor.
I wish I had that 25 for a hit. Oh.
So 11.
Oh, wait, sorry, ignore the 8.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright, so he is bloodied as well. And he's going to attack Lukai. An 18 to hit Lukai.
Yeah, it meets my AC, so yeah.
Okay, so 9 slashing. And you have a festering wound, or a bleeding wound as well. So, put a purple dot there.
Wait. Does theirs make it on an 18 for crit?
Yeah, they have advantage. They have advantage because you're paralyzed. And then,
I thought it was 19 if they're going the way I'm thinking.
no, and then if you hit a paralyzed creature from that's within 5 feet of you, is an automatic crit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I plan on taking advantage of that at a later time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm sure as though not being able to take advantage of it.
Right, so this one can't get into melee, so he's just going to use his hand crossbow against Lukai. So a 20 will hit for 2 points of slashing or piercing damage. And it will be Wuzir's turn.
Please help. I'm not very good.
I guess I'll just attack on the front. 14 for 8.
Alright, so that one goes down.
And I'll move and there's
Okay.
and I'll move this corpse up back to where I was.
Okay. Kick his corpse back and then move up.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So this one will move up and attack Wuzir. 14 though, I'm pretty sure misses Wuzir. Bokvar, you have a failed death save from the bleeding wound, and then I need a death save from you. All right, and then a Constitution saving throw as well, and so the bleed stops. Yeah. Okay. All right, so this one will run up, attack Wuzir. 11 misses Wuzir. Well, Ixis is not happy with Wuzir there. So, what's he going to do? Yeah, so that's what he's going to do, I think. I think he's probably going to do that almost every turn. All right, so he moves up to here, and I need a DC 13 saving throw from Dexterity save from Wuzir. Okay, and he drops. So you take. You are cascaded in a radiant light. Take 10 points of radiant damage. Oh, I'm sorry, that's wrong. He is not a 5th level caster. You only take 5 points of radiant damage. My mistake. And then he casts Sanctuary around himself. Lukai's turn. Lukai takes 4 points of bleed damage at the beginning of your turn. And then at the end of your turn, you can make a DC 13 Wisdom save to end the paralysis.
Crossing fingers.
No, off by 1. And then you can make a DC 15 Constitution save to end this bleeding. Okay.
No.
Neither one. Okay. Rasmus's turn.
I'm going to go after the guy right in front of
Okay. They're easy to hit. Yeah, that's going to hit. And he is going to go down.
I'm going to use my bonus action and go after this one.
Okay, so you're going to move up and attack him. Gotcha. That hits as well. For 9. Alright, and he is bloodied as well. Anything else from Rasmus?
No.
Yeah, so this one will rush up and attack Wazir. 7's going to miss though. Andrew's turn.
I am going to go here and cast Spirit Light Runes on this Lukai that I'm adjacent to right now.
I'm looking very terrible.
The one guy's unconscious, not hit with it.
No, I'm not unconscious. I'm just
I'm saying someone is unconscious.
Yeah.
Oh wait, who is unconscious? So I can't tell what the hell first.
Bokvar. Bokvar.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he doesn't have enough.
Well, it's just this whole clusterfuck. I'm gonna cast Spirit Light Runes on him.
Okay, Bokvar, you are going to get some healing. Ooh. Okay.
Would a whole person still be on someone if they went unconscious? Just a quick question.
Yes, it would still be on. Yeah, so actually, Bokvar, at the end of your turn, you also get to try a DC 13 Wisdom save that I overlooked. So, right. So yeah, you are still held. Right. So he's not going to be able to get over there. But you are no longer unconscious. I don't know what we need. Yeah, Andrew needs to roll some healing.
Yeah, hold on. 6. My wisdom score is 2.
Okay, so he is going to target Wazir. 21 to hit Wazir for 4 points of piercing damage from his light crossbow.
Is it magical?
It is not magical. No, it is not magical. Oh, you have heavy armor master.
Heavy armor master, yeah.
Very good. Very good. All right. So seeing that, this one will move over, and he will try to hit the paralyzed guy, Lukai. 10 will miss Lukai though. But a 19 for 4 points of piercing damage against Lukai.
What's half cover now?
Oh yeah. Actually, yeah, your armor class is increased by 2 because of half cover.
Then that means my armor class is over that.
Okay, and that will miss then. Jadidia Spark.
Alright, so because we're in the doorway, do I have line of sight on the guy in the middle?
Yes.
Alright, then I'm going to attack him, and since he's in combat, then it's going to be a sneak attack.
Okay, 23 will hit him.
For 10 damage.
Okay, and he is bloodied now. Anything else from Jedediah?
I'm going to stay right there.
Okay. Zell's turn. We're back to the top of the round. Zell's turn.
Cool. I am attacking going north of Luzire. 17 for 13 points of damage.
One north. All right, so he goes down.
Cool. That means I'm going to take a step forward, basically over his course, and I'm going to attack the one to the right of Luzire.
Okay, the one who's already bloodied. Okay.
For 10 points of damage.
Chop.
Okay.
Nice.
All right, and he goes down.
Awesome. And I'm going to go ahead and action surge. Oh wait, I can't. That's bonus action. Never mind.
Why? What?
That's my turn.
Why couldn't you action
It's
this?
just a thing you do. It doesn't require a thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it just gives you another action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
you just sort of use it pretty much.
Okay.
Do an
I'm
action.
going to attack the one to the north one I just dropped.
Okay.
I believe we said a 16 hits.
Yeah, they're 12. They're only wearing leather armor with a little bit of dex.
14 damage.
Okay.
Great swords are fun.
No, it's not even just the great sword, it's the fact that I have great weapon fighting.
Anything else from Muzir? I mean, from Zell.
Nah, that would be it.
Okay.
There are classes for low. Just take the plus 10.
The what?
Do you know how it works? You choose to get -5 to the attack.
Oh,
roll,
yeah.
to get
I
plus
know.
that.
I'm taking the safe route of actually hitting them.
But it's totally easy.
And?
I mean, it's easy to hit.
Yeah.
And you would one-shot them for sure if you hit them with a plus 10.
Probably.
All right, so also conscious.
Yeah, weirdly, it's highlighting him.
Okay. Well, yeah. Now this one can move up and do something. He's going to move up and I guess he will attack Zell. Give Zell a little bit of love there. 13 misses Zell though, right?
Yeah.
All right. Wazir's turn.
I'm gonna do red weapon. Can I hit 4 of them? Not these 4.
Yes, you could.
15 foot cone.
Yeah, 15-foot cone. We get all 4 of them.
I think the save is 14. It's a constitution saving throw, it's poison.
And then the damage.
Yeah, I think it's just 2d6. So I'll roll that. That's my constitution modifier. Okay. And 9.
9. Okay. That one's going to go unconscious even if he makes the save. Right, so that one takes
The save
9.
is only 11.
Say it again, I'm sorry.
The save is only DC 11.
Oh, okay.
It's the constitution modifier. For some reason.
Alright. Let's see if they can do damage more. Okay. Anything else from Wazir?
That's it.
Okay, so this one will strike out at Wazir. Armor class 20 for 6 points of slashing damage and a festering wound. Alright, Bakvar. Bakvar, you are awake but prone. Still paralyzed. Right, so this one will, he's going to attack the Great Weapon Master. Oh wait, no, he's unconscious. Never mind.
Never mind.
Okay. Okay, so on Ixizius's turn, what do we got? 1, 2, 4. All right. This guy wakes up. This guy wakes up. Oh, he needs to shunt back 5 feet.
Don't really have line of sight of them.
Say again?
For the one below me,
Oh yeah, he has to move over to get there. Yeah, to see him. I see what you're saying. Yeah, so he would have to move over there. Gotcha. Right, so he channels his divinity, and these guys wake up.
All of them?
Yeah, they're still bloody.
You brought me more presents? You shouldn't have.
And then he will cast. Oh wait, let's see. Does he want to do that? Yeah, I guess he will do that. So then he's going to put his spiritual weapon right here. It's a spiritual weapon.
Oh shit.
And where do you go to? That's Sacred Flame. All right, so I didn't. All right, so he's going to attack. I guess he's going to attack Wazir. I think Wazir's the big threat to him that he's perceived. He's going to miss Wazir with his spiritual weapon. And then he will go ahead and move on over into this corner. Luke Guy's turn. So at the end of Luke Guy's turn, did you not make the? Oh no, you didn't. All right. So Luke Guy takes 2 points of bleeding damage, and then at the end of your turn, you have the. Oh, by the way, Luke Guy, that yellow dot means. All right, so you're no longer paralyzed.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
That means you have inspiration for the brave dash into the middle of the skeletons. I gave you inspiration. And then.
Had I known that, I would have tried to do my wisdom save from a long time ago.
And then at the end of your turn, you can make a DC 15 Constitution save to end the. Right. So. Rasmus's turn.
All right, I've got my breath weapon. It's a 15-foot cone. Can I get? How many of these guys can I get?
You could get this. You could get these 4. Yeah.
Okay.
And actually,
12.
yeah, you would get that 5th one as well. All right. So it's a Constitution save, right?
Yeah.
What's the DC?
12.
12. All right, so right now he doesn't have a way to bring them back. So if they go down, they just die. Bloody. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He still dies. Okay, so that thinned things out a lot. Anything else from Rasmus?
If I use my breath weapon, am I still able to use a bonus attack for one sword attack, or is it just a breath weapon?
No, in order to use the bonus action for an offhand attack, you have to have taken the attack action, which the breath weapon is not the an attack action. It's its own action.
Cool.
But there is room now here to where if you wanted to move inside to do something, to open things up something, you can. But you don't have to. Just an observation. Andrew's turn.
Okay. I'm going to light runes guy this time.
Okay, Luke Guy, you get some health back.
Shit, you get 4. Sorry.
It's better than being dead, buddy.
Alright, so I guess he'll move up and attack Zell. But a 6 will miss Zell. Jedediah.
Alright, I'm going to drop my short bow, grab my daggers, and I'm going to stab the guy directly in front of me. And being that he's in combat 5 feet with someone else, it's going to be a sneak attack.
Uh, 11 will miss. They are armor class 12.
And then I'm going to attack again with my other one.
Okay, so that's going to hit.
Wait, hold on. Doesn't let me. Okay. Never mind.
And then that one being that the first one missed, it's still a sneak attack, right?
Yeah, but the second one should not have your dexterity modifier on it. The only way you get your dexterity modifier is if you have the 2-weapon fighting style.
Oh, my bad. I'll fix that.
Yeah.
So then I guess that missed.
No, it still is to hit, but not to damage. Yeah, so It's not 4 points of damage, it's just 1 point of damage. But it does still proc your sneak attack. So it's instead of 4 plus, it's 1 plus 4, so it's going to be a total.
That's 4 points.
Yeah. All right, so that exactly is what you needed. You didn't waste any dots there. Anything else from Jedediah?
Can I sheath my daggers and pick up my bow, or do I have to wait till next turn?
Yeah, right. You wouldn't be able to draw your daggers, attack, drop your daggers, and pick up a bow. Yeah.
Didn't think so. Then I'm good.
All right. So Zell's turn.
By the way, real quickly, I just want you to note that for if Zell's ever attacked, like the next attack one, it's going to be disadvantaged, so I can use my reaction for protection. Just a heads up.
Okay.
So I am going to swing at the top one. The top one that's bloodied.
Okay. All right, that's going to hit.
10.
All right. Whoops. I'm sorry. Took down the wrong one.
No, not that one.
There we go. That one.
And then I'm going to attempt to do the -5 to hit the one in the middle here.
Okay.
Plus 10 damage.
Gotcha.
So
Yep.
16.
16 will still hit.
So 20.
So he goes down. Anything else from Zell?
And I'm going to move right here because I don't think anyone can get past me since I was in the door. So this way they can actually move through.
Okay. Well, let's see. I guess he's going to have to provoke from Wazir to do what he needs to do. So Wazir gets in. Okay. Move around there. Alright, so he's bloodied now. And he's going to attack Zell. He's going to miss Zell. It's Wazir's turn. Okay, that one goes down. Okay. Anything else from Wazir?
That's it.
Alright, so this is going to turn around and I guess he's going to attack. Oh, wait, I got those mixed up. So he actually already went, didn't he? Mix those guys up. He should be down here. There we go. Bakvar's turn. Okay. Okay, so bigger. There we go. All right. Spiritual weapon moves in and attacks Wazir. 14 is going to miss Wazir. And then he's going to cast Sanctuary. Right, so Wazir can try to hit him. You need a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw in order to hit him.
Pardon?
He will provoke from Wazir, but you need to make a DC 13 but it requires a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw. All right, so yeah, so you can attack him. Yeah, you can hit him. Yeah, or no, a 12 does not hit him. He's wearing scale mail, or she's wearing scale mail. All right. All right. So she walks out the door. Luke Guy's turn.
Okay, so he's just now right in front of us?
Yeah.
Smart.
Looks like he is protected by Caius in some fashion, though. You can't. If you try to attack him, you have to make a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw.
We attack him in any way whatsoever, right?
Yes.
So even if I were to grab him.
Right.
Damn.
That's his spiritual weapon. This thing.
He's gonna be no good to me dead. Yeah, I'll make an attempt to pass this wisdom saving throw, I guess.
Okay. Right.
And I guess I don't. So I'll try to use an action surge to pass it again, I guess.
Okay.
No.
No.
Never mind. I'm good. Done.
All right. Rasmus's turn.
I'm going to take my first attack to try and finish off that creature in front of me.
Okay.
Oh, and go ahead and roll the bleeding damage for me real quick.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I
that's right.
Yeah.
1 point. You also can a DC 15 Constitution saving throw at the end of your turn to stop that. All right. Still bleeding. That misses, yeah. Their armor has 12. That's going to miss as well. Andrew.
I guess I'll attack or try attacking her and ask her wisdom saving throw.
Okay. You do. Yes. You can attack her.
Sweet.
And you hit her. Yeah. She says, do you feel like a big man beating on a woman?
Yes.
Jedediah's turn.
The hammer of justice is
Alright,
equal to all.
Judges. You've been judged. I'm going to attack with my dagger, which first will be sneak attack. So wisdom, correct?
Yes. DC 13 Wisdom save. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's good.
Crit. Well, that's just for the wisdom part, so not roll attack. Crit.
And then your sneak attack damage. That's also yeah. That's you roll that twice as well. There we go.
So
Alright, and then my second attack. Missed.
Okay. Anything else from Jedediah?
No, I'm good.
Zell's turn.
Alright. Well. For starters, I'm going to go ahead and swing at the guy that's between Muzire and myself.
Okay. They're easy to hit. Ooh, not that easy though.
apparently not.
Yeah.
This one will not get hit.
Anything else from Zell?
Nope.
Alright, so I guess he's going to try to hit Zell back. But a 10 will miss Zell. Wuzire's turn.
I'll take the attack opportunity to go there.
Okay. That will miss. And you passed the wisdom save earlier, right? Because you only have to pass it once. You only have to pass it once. Once you pass it, that spell's not. Okay. Bokvar, wisdom save at the end of your turn. Okay. Okay.
How many rounds has it been?
Well, she's going to drop a. No, she's that roguey stuff that doesn't work. Let's see. What is? Ooh, she doesn't want to do that. All right, so she's going to drop another sacred flame on. This time she'll drop it on Zell. So Zell needs a DC 13 dexterity save. Right, and then she'll cast Sanctuary again, and this could provoke from Lukai, Andrew, Zell, and Andrew, Lukai, and Zell. So wisdom saving throws from you three if you want to take an opportunity attack.
Oh yeah.
So Zell does, yeah. But Zell's the only one. 7 will miss. Okay. All right. So now she's going to provoke from Jedediah and Wuzire if you want to try to attack her.
Do I need to roll wisdom again?
Yeah, she recasts Sanctuary, so it's a new spell. Jedediah can't attack, and she's technically when you attack, she's still adjacent to Wuzire. Or I'm sorry, no, she would not be. She wouldn't provoke from you until she got to here. So you can attack, but you won't proc your sneak attack.
Do I get the two dagger attack or just one?
Just one. Opportunity attack is always a single attack.
7.
Oh, yeah,
That'll work.
that's nice. So that's 15. She is shouting and Larian for the watch. She's sounds like she's trying to draw the attention of the people she was expecting to be there, who we bribed to stay away. Lukai's turn.
You know what you need to do.
I'm dashing all the way down the cider and going to make my attempt to make a hopeful swing. 15.
You do. Uh-huh.
Nice.
Pulling out with
Swing the hit.
bonus action, Kitsune Tail Flame. So if I hit 25, so it'll be my damage. So that's 12.
Okay. So you impale her with the flame tail. Is it? That's still a it's still melee damage, right? So you can choose to either.
It just adds to my damage.
Okay, so you can choose that to be a lethal blow or not. It's up to you.
Yeah, no, non-lethal.
Okay, so she drops unconscious. Yeah. So she drops unconscious. And that's going to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just wait. At this point.
Okay, so within the. Let's see what kind of loot they've got in there.
Well, we still have one guy up.
I think I might have got him. I just did 8 points of damage and I rolled a 21.
Oh, that's right. We had one call. Yeah, that will do it. Yeah, he's got 4 hit points left. Or he's got 2 hit points left. Yeah, down he goes.
Same method. Tying her up.
Okay, so she's accumulated a little treasure here, but more importantly, what are we going to do with her? What is the plan?
I think if we turn her into the townsfolk, they know that we weren't the ones causing the problems, that it's her.
Yeah. As soon as the mobs. We can destroy the rest of the mob.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. That would rehabilitate your reputation for sure.
But
Definitely something we need to be doing.
will she tell us any information about, other sort of cultists? Like known locations in
Technically, we probably took care of the only one she was affiliated with. And she finished them off right in front of us.
Right, but there's a bigger road there. It's not just...
Right. So she will. Right. So if we wake her up and start talking to her, she will apologize profusely. It's like it was nothing personal. It's always going to be a hard world, but especially so for a woman who has no family to speak of, no one to protect her, or right. So I was just doing what I felt would put me in a position to survive, but clearly I made a mistake, and I will reform. If you let me go, I will, and I'll reform and tell you everything I know about the cult of Caius. All I ask is that you give me a few silver pieces so that I can live for a few days, to buy food for a few days, and but I will absolutely leave the cult and take a different path in life.
Oh, how does someone even think that joining a cult to death is a smart idea?
Well, so
It's pretty fanatical, just like it wasn't just join the army, got nothing better to do.
I couldn't join the army. I'm a woman, right? My choices were to marry some laborer who is probably going to routinely beat me, or become a prostitute, right? And then here comes this charismatic guy into my village and says, "Hey, I've got a third way for you, right? I'm going to teach you how to survive. I'm going to teach you to cast spells and call upon extraplanar powers. And if you prove yourself to be a dedicated follower, right, you could rise to unimaginable power and heights." How am I not going to accept that? I'm just a simple village girl, right? Whose parents died when I was not even a teenager.
No.
Honestly,
Oh yeah, she actually has
try
a.
to get as much information out of her as possible.
She never got to use it, but she actually has this. She has managed to gain possession of a magic item. So. Yeah.
Ooh, wild magic search. That's always good.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
I know a certain druid that we used to have that would have loved this one.
Oh, I forgot to roll off the wild magic table for her sanctuaries. Oh well, that's all right. It would have been interesting to see what happened, but I forgot. I love the wild magic table. Yeah. So, and the 15 insight will reveal that she is sincere in her promise to reform, but also that she seems to lack the moral capacity to fulfill that promise. Right?
Yeah. Oh,
Her ethics are pretty well compromised, right? So she might not pursue the death cult. So maybe she'll end up an assassin instead, or who knows what. But she is.
I'll say we let the townspeople decide that part of it.
Oh well, that's just saying you're going to crucify her.
That's throwing a bunny rabbit to a bunch of rabbit dogs. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're not going to kill the bunny rabbit. Let's just see what we're going to turn the rabbit over to the pit bulls, and if it survives, that's fine. But if not,
I actually have a suggestion. We go along with the idea of
bring her in front of the villagers, but we submit her to the church for them to reform her. Since we kind of aren't
Okay, so
some capacity working for them.
that would be what you are expected to do for those of you who are lawful and order inclined. The obligation of society would demand that you turn her over to the Inquisition and let them decide if she's going to be an ongoing threat or not. But also with your 15 passive insight, you're pretty sure that they're going to determine that she is an ongoing threat and will end up killing her. That's almost a certainty, unless something really weird happens.
I think for the reputation that we have, we need to clear our names from this. As much as I'm chaotic neutral, I don't really necessarily care, but I think we need to just let the town folk know we've found who's responsible. We wish the best and present her to the church to be reformed and hope for the best. But at that point, it's off our hands.
Yep.
Is that what we're going to do? Is there anyone who's opposed to that course of action?
I mean, I would have full belief that maybe the one true faith could redeem her.
What? Who cares about redeeming her?
Exactly.
Like, there's two things that we need. One thing we need is to clear our name, and the other thing we need is information about the cult. And that achieves neither of those.
Well, now she is, then.
What achieves neither of those?
Handing over to the church.
Well, that comes down.
That'll clear our names.
Right. No, we
Right,
need
it's
to
just
it first.
But wouldn't the church being of such power and, such respect from their people through the one true faith, wouldn't that sort of do that for us?
Yeah, I guess so.
What's the
They
hierarchy?
might know what's going on with cultists.
What's the hierarchy of this village? Is this like is there like maybe some royalty or nobility or something in another town that kind of presides over this, where we can clear our name with the villagers by pointing out that she's wrong, but tell them that we're going to take her to whoever that is?
All right, so there's Schmidtford is a county, and Lichport I think is a barony. All right, so those are the two prime, and these are kind of regional rivals, right, for influence within. And then all these smaller towns are going to be vassals of either Schmidtford or Lichport. It's an earldom. That's right. Lichport's an earldom. All right, so you're in Schmidtford. Yeah. So the two royal families of the area is the Count in Schmidtford and Earl Damos in Lichport.
But if we do let her go, what would be the benefit?
Well, all right. If you're concerned about the ongoing operations of the cult of Caius, she could provide you information on that, at least as to what they're doing in the nearby areas. And
I
then
think we've disrupted enough of their operations that they're going to find us sooner than we find them.
Well, that's if you want to let them take that advantage.
No, I'm kind of of the opinion that we've encountered enough that we need to put our foot in the door, so to speak. So, I said we bargain with her. She gives us the information she has, and we will, in the best interest of her reforming, turn her over to the church. And she may have a chance of them allowing her to attempt to reform, but that would be the best thing that we could do for her.
well, she will voluntarily give information only if she is guaranteed freedom and a small amount of money to escape the area with.
I think that's fine.
peace, ready to get out of town. Should we get what we want, and then we take her to the church anyway.
Why do you want to take this so bad?
To clear our names. That's what we want to do. I want to clear my name.
Well, yeah, but if you get information about the cult, we can just get put on them instead.
I don't think angry mobs are going to want information about the cult. I think they're going to want a person.
Yeah, but through the information, we'll find more people, and then we'll give those people to the town.
Plus, I mean, they're really the people here are mostly upset that we're here. They just want us gone. So we leave Schmidtford afterwards of doing with this debacle, and they're not going to be angry at us. At least not increasingly angry at us, as long as we're not throwing. It doesn't feel like they're getting thrown anything their way.
Or another thing, that we could just take them to this warehouse, you know. Big city doesn't even have to be part of it, you know. We just go, oh, there's
There's no dead bodies here.
yeah, there's like 7, 8, 9 people, like cultists here. Okay, yeah, that's done.
As long as they're not by cultists, then fuck.
Would that be enough?
That works.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. So we are going to let her go, right? And then once she's cleared, we're going to bring in the authorities and demonstrate that we are not responsible for the. Am I understanding that right? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any reason why that would not work. I think that is a very logical and reasonable outcome. All right, so here's what she tells you. I need to find this guy's name. The leader of the cult in the region. I know his name. All right, so I have it floating around, and I'll have to get back to you on his name. Right, so the first thing the cult does when it is going to exploit an area is it tries to set up a very secure location. Sometimes it's in a town, but most often it is in an unpopulated area, and there are several cavern systems in this is the mounds, this area down here, and there's one of them is a former gnomish community that was murdered actually by adventurers several years ago. So they have co-opted that town, and that site was the first thing they did. So it's going to be better protected than the two we've run into in Schmidtford. But she can give you a very detailed description of the location and how to get there. So we'll be able to find that without a lot of difficulty. And then we will have our names cleared in Schmidtford. And we should note both of those for our characters' histories, that we have Ixie's information. Let me put it in chat. Right. So these are the two. Right, so the first one is we've acquired Ixie's information, and then we've been cleared of the undead, and that is where we will pick up next week. We will have to decide what we want to do. Good job, very good job. Let's see, I need to total up some XP and stuff here. Let me do that. Someone gets heados, of course, and then.
Yep.
All right, so.
I gotta figure out who gets Odron.
Yeah, actually, if no one else wants to take it, I will go ahead and just take it. Because I probably do need that luck for my wisdom.
I'm fine with it.
All right, so.
Very bad. My luck.
I mean, I could benefit from it, but I'm sure there'll be something better for me coming later.
Well, the idea is like,
Oops.
you'll be attuned to it as long as you're
I'm sorry.
You have it.
I mistyped there. That should be 350, not 450. They're 50 XP each. All right, so it's
Okay, so 350.
yeah, and then the disease is 300.
So we're ignoring that first number for the skeletons there, right?
Yeah, ignore the 450. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just making sure I'm calculating this up for you.
Phil's Tartarus.
25.
I was gonna actually ask about the mob.
Yeah, it's 25 commoners at 10 XP apiece. Yeah.
Always follow the rules of PEMDOS.
Do we get anything for bribing the watchman?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
All right, so
Nice.
then so we'll
Wow,
be-
this may very well put the level 1s at the level 2.
It definitely will.
Hopefully,
Plus,
okay. I think that's everything.
That's 307.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a good number. That's exactly what you need. I guess you got 7 extra there. I guess you wasted 7 points.
What's level 3? Is that 900?
900 is level 3.
Yeah.
so we are shy.
Shit.
We're
93
shy.
experience points short.
Yeah, we're shy just a little bit. Don't worry, man.
Uh,
We just have to dawn on ourselves. A bit stronger.
okay, so if you look in the Dimgaard, if you look in the Dimgaard campaign guide, let me pull it up. It expands the downtime options, and one of them is like out of session adventuring. I think that's also one of the options in the new expanded downtimes in the Unearthed Arcana. But I could be wrong about that. I know it is in the. Yeah, I thought that it was crafting scroll. Oh, maybe that was not in the. Maybe that was a just in one of the adventures.
Yeah, I'm looking through it right now. Downtime activities, page 14.
Yeah, but it's. Yeah, I'm getting confused. It was actually a downtime option in one of the accelerated. But if I remember right, you can find a right. So you have easy, medium, and hard encounters. Right. So you can find an easy encounter with 1 day of downtime as a DC 15 investigation check or just a straight charisma check. So how short are you?
93.
So 93. What is an easy encounter for a second level character? Let's look that up.
Chopping down a tree.
No, I mean XP wise.
Chopping down the forest?
It would be something like fighting off some bandits or something, right? Would be the thing that you're doing. But
Probably. Now, so I guess my question is there a local church here in Smithford, or will we have to go all the way back down to Leechport?
oh yeah. Actually, Smithford is the center for the Inquisition in this area.
Excellent. Okay.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's actually. Oh, I'm sorry. That's wrong. Yeah. Yeah. So we just need a couple of easy encounters. So we could do if you spent 2 downtime day. Well, right. So 2 successful DC 15 investigation or charisma checks during downtime would take you to level 3. Because we're going to have like 7 days worth of downtime.
Alright, I'm gonna leave that 20 y'all.
I got a -1 on investigations. So.
I mean, I have a 0, so unless anyone else.
There's 22, there's 12.
Yeah, we need a 15.
Charisma? Investigation.
He said or charisma, right?
Yeah, it's just
Did we do a thing or was it a group?
we could do it as a group. That's fine. Yeah, we can rely upon one person to look for it. But we're going to have.
Mine is going to be a 9.
Yes.
I mean,
Now, what was that?
All right. So we found one on the first day for sure. And then we need one. We got 7 attempts at this. So go ahead and roll up to 5 more there, Josh, for Wazir. There we go. There it is. So it consumes 3 days of downtime to find the extra 100 XP for each of us. So everyone add an extra 100 XP and note that you've used 3 days of the 7 days of downtime that we'll have. Okay, and I think that wraps up the details of the actual gameplay this session. But there are some questions that I would like to discuss. In particular, I would like to know the opinions of the 2 new players. I'm always interested in what new players think. So, Kevin and.
By the way, we all got 44 gold from the loot that we found.
Was that the treasure split 7 ways?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jacob and Kevin, I would be interested in any observations you might have. In particular, if you have ideas to improve things, that would be great.
I think the only constructive criticism I would have would be going through these skill checks. If you took a lot of time to do that, if you did it faster.
Well, so let me explain that. It's a skills challenge, and that's a recent thing that we've incorporated, or I guess I should say I have incorporated. And my big flaw with that is, all right. So the first thing is they do get smoother as players understand what's going on with those. It particularly helps if you played 4th edition, because that was a big part of 4th edition. But I agree with you that that is very clunky right now.
I play games with it, and I think it's really good. It's just we could probably speed it up a little bit.
Yeah, and it will speed up as people get more comfortable with it, and I'm all right. I'm all right with it being slow at first. But my problem with the thing that I think I need to overcome with it is that a skills challenge is supposed to build a big narrative event, right? So, and that's just in general. I am poor at in-game description, right? Like there are DMs who are very colorful and paint a very rich picture with a lot, but I tend to be very adjective and adverb poor, right? I very much focus on short sentences with nouns and verbs, and that does not lead to the type of vivid description. And that's a very valid observation on your part, and it is something that I need to work on and wish that I was better at. But so I agree with you. I think that's a valid observation. Yeah.
I think last time when we were escaping the house on fire, that was pretty solid.
Well, that was just a much more dramatic moment than an investigation too. So what they're talking about there for Jacob and Rasmus, the skills challenge in the previous one was we had destroyed that altar was much more established than this altar, and when we destroyed it, it erupted, and like we were in this flaming residence with things collapsing around us. So it lended itself to a lot better description than an investigation skills challenge. So I think you're right. Yeah, and maybe I should steer away from things like an investigation skills challenge. That might be the thing that I need to do. I'll have to think about that. I think those are both good points, though. Okay, so here's a question for you. So, what about the overall difficulty of the adventure? I felt pretty good about it. We had a few scary moments, right? We had some people go unconscious, but I didn't feel that it was overly punitive or deadly. I just felt like it was about the right level of difficulty that I'm looking for. But I'm not married to that position. I could be convinced of a different position if someone wants to make a different point.
I think this was pretty well balanced.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, what you threw at us is what made it work the best. The fact that we had to make a bunch of wisdom saves, and I mean, I know I'm not very good at wisdom saving throws at this point. Like, we can understand that much. And, you know, it makes it more difficult for me to actually try and pass through this.
Yeah, I was just
And
thinking,
it really got a bunch of us too, so it really made it more difficult for us in the end.
yeah,
But
it's
it's
like 7 of us, and we're all like 1 or 2, considering how we went through pretty well balanced.
I think maybe next time though we need to try and think how we approach it better. Like, not say that else is bad, just we had that free door in the back.
Yeah, I think that's stuff with us playing together, though. I mean,
Yeah, that's something we should probably like think on next time.
Last time I tried that, it didn't work out very well for any of us.
Oh yeah, no, well, we were a lot more spread out. That would have just been a two-way split.
Yeah.
Last time it was a four-way split, I think it ended up being.
Yeah.
Well, it was 2, but then we couldn't get through the front door, so then it became a 4-way split. It ended up being bad.
What do you think about this?
I think that it just ended up becoming impatience. That's all that was. It wouldn't have been.
Yes,
It would have
yes.
been more than 2, but I don't know.
Right. So I think Josh is trying to make a point that he and I have talked about in other venues, but
I'm fine with them. It's just a style choice. It's easy to play accounts, you know, if you're failing like 3 or 4 turns, you just skip. It's kind of like saying the skipping and the counter. I was wondering if there are any spells that you could put in the spell list that would keep, like, so you could have your turn, but it imposed some other kind of disadvantage, like blindness or something like that instead.
blindness would be an option. Yeah, blindness would be an option. Yeah. But to bring the others up to speed on conversations that you and I have had, Josh and I have played together a lot over the past couple of years. Just so you guys know, we have a pretty long history. All right, so spell glyphs. So if you look at a lot of things that, like for example, the lucky feat, right? The lucky feat is very powerful, but it is not unfair because technically the bad guys could have it or the good guys could have it, right? So in the end, while it is very strong and probably overpowered, it is not unfair. But spell glyphs are inherently unfair because only the bad guys get to utilize spell glyphs, right? Because the PCs are always going to the bad guy's place, right? Where the bad guy can put spell glyphs in place and utilize them, right? So so Josh has made the observation, and I agree with this, right? So I agree with this, that spell glyphs are inherently biased. They're inherently skewed towards the bad guy. But on the other hand, if you are trying to construct a smart bad guy, you absolutely would put those in place, right? You would just have to be naive and stupid to say, well, I'm just going to sit here without putting spellglass in this very important location of mine, right? So there's an ongoing strive for balance between making the bad guys smart, but not making the spellglyphs so punitive that it's no fun, right? And that's what Josh is alluding to there. So it would be interesting to see what the six of you who haven't been involved in that conversation for a year and a half would observe on that. And then you can always come back to it, because this is something I'm quite sure we will revisit over time.
I mean, that would be just diversity of parties, right? I mean, you could get a decent level mage that could dispel that.
Well, the need invisible, you need to have a decent. Yeah, the investigation, passive investigation. You choose. You can say I point to that creature, then the spell activates.
Oh, I got you.
Or you say a word and then it activates. That kind of thing.
And in this situation where we pretty much busted through the front door, they just kind of triggered. I think while I think they were balanced in this case. I mean, most of us got out of them pretty quickly, or didn't get caught in them at all. So.
Well, we ended up having 3 people affected by them. I mean, that's in a party of 7. That's pretty significant. We happened to we had the lesser restoration available that reduced one of them, but yeah.
One guy passed out and actually had to be healed back to
Yeah, like like Rasmus, he never, the entire final fight he spent paralyzed, which I can see how that would not be fun.
That's my issue.
I think that was Bogner. Yeah, it was Bogner.
Yeah.
That would annoy me for sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of unbiased. It didn't affect me at all.
Yeah. Anyway, like I say, it's not something we have to resolve, and probably can't resolve tonight. It's just an interesting topic that comes up a lot in these retcons or postmortems or whatever they're called.
I think I spoke about it before in an email to you, but if I was to put them in a demi plane and then open it up, but it's unleash mayhem.
Yeah, I don't see why that.
Someone that's during an encounter.
Yeah, I don't see why that wouldn't work. Yeah, you've brought that up before. Yeah, that as a player, I mean, that's a lot of planning and a lot of resources. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess so. But what else you can use that gold for?
Yeah, that's true. By the time you can cast Demi-Plane, you've got to be 15th level, 13th level, something like that. And so, yeah, you've got a lot of gold for it. Oh, it's 8th, yeah, so it is 15th level, yeah. Okay, is there anything else anyone else wants to bring up before we wrap up tonight?
Just in downtime, I need to find some kind of order to join as a paladin. I don't have one yet, and I'm taking my oath. I'm unsure what to do.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. So any deity that is conducive to civilization is going to have an order within the one true faith, with some exceptions, I guess. But so you and if there's a particular order or some, I wouldn't have a problem with you developing that on your own if you deciding, right? That's one of the reasons that the one true faith is so broad, is to allow players to bring in their favorite religious affiliation and develop that within Dimgaard. So, and you've kind of done that with your 20th level cleric, right? Where he doesn't subscribe to any order, right? He's kind of his own order within himself. So yeah, if you want to, we can. But if you want me to help you with that, we can discuss that in email. I don't have an answer off the top of my head to that. But
I think of Asmodeus as a recurring figure, which
yep, that would be interesting. Yeah, to be a paladin of Asmodeus. Yeah, a green dragonborn paladin of Asmodeus. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Yeah. That would draw attention. Anything else from anybody else?
I'm good.
It was a good game.
All right. Then,
Yeah, it was fun.
all right. So I will see you guys next Wednesday then.
All right, guys.
Sounds good.
Have a good one.